He's back in.
There we go then, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go then. And it's a good start from Og Green. Onto the Alpine from behind him, Elite Risks. It's a flying start for the P4. And everyone's through cleanly. Lewis off the track slightly, but slight contact there at the back between Roland and Crowding. So watch out for Crowding, he's got a lot more pace than... Oh, this contact! Ham's lost the rear end, and he's just spun Elite Risk round.
So, the ones who was at the top.
That is a disaster for Ham and Elite Risks. They're going to have to start the feature race now from the back of the grid unless they can make up some positions.
They need to make up a lot of positions now. Sim and Rigsit are the winners at the moment, coming well near enough going into sector 3.
Simba's
6
up
positions
6
and
places.
7 position. Yeah.
Rigsy's up 7. Crowding, Sparks battling it out. And now Crowding is under attack from Roland.
Sam's actually putting an attack on to Lewis.
Side by side through Stowe. Crowding's going to hang it around the outside and shut middle spun on the exit of Stowe. That's everyone gaining pace from him. The big news is Arch has taken the lead from Turner on that opening lap. Evo and Rigsy going side by side through Abbey. Rigsy's going to stay ahead of him for now, but Evo's going to look to goals, the light moving and the braking. Rigsy just trying to return to the racing line, and there's Evo trying to outbrake him. And yep, Evo sends it into the loop, and wheel bang, and round goes Evo. Let's drop Evo to
Luckily
the back.
there, really, for Rigsit. And somebody else has span.
Down goes Sparks, Simba too. But here comes Ham, already back in the mix.
Already up into 15th.
Ham dropped to last.
Evo there
One
really
lap
put
ago.
it on himself.
And he's already back up in the 15th.
Lewis already picking up a penalty. Seems to be with that battle from Rigsit and Evo.
Oh, he's gone into
Rigsit
the back of
has his
Simba now
ball.
as Lewis. He's forced Simba to cut the corner down at Chapel. And now Lewis dumping all the energy he can just to try and go past Simba. He'll try and get a switch.
Oh,
he's almost lost it. That's a big save from him.
Very big save.
He's almost gone into the back of Simba again.
Simba looks like he's playing it very clean, and then you've got Lewis behind him,
Simba's
just
lost
wanting to get past.
2 places as well, because he was up 7. He's now only up 5, and he's cut the corner there, and Ham's crashed out. Ham's crashed out, and Evo's spun as well. And we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car in the sprint race. There's a bunch attack up again. Yeah, no idea what's happened to Ham. He's lost it at the final corner somehow. Now he's left the session, even though he's still got the main race to go.
Yeah, I think Cam got I think he's a bit niffed off, to say the least.
I'm sure he'll join back when it's time for the actual race.
We should hope so. We know what Han can do, even from the back.
5th in the championship. 8 points behind his brother.
Wow.
Ham himself only
10th.
P10.
But he's up 3 places.
Watch out
Riggsy now
for
up 7.
both Mercedes. Obviously Crowding's one of the quickest out there. Obviously started last because what I suspected was a quali ban. Already up in the P13.
Granted, Risks, Evo, Medal, and Sparks have all given positions, but he has had to work his way past Roland and Merckx. So yeah,
We got ahead of Sparks as well on track. Sparks spun after Crowding got past.
How did he
him.
spin after that? Right, okay.
Roland pits, so he's going to throw the gamble and pit the
So does
softs.
Sparks.
Yeah. I mean, if you're at the back, it's definitely worth a gamble. I mean, the softs will definitely make it to the end. They might not be too quick later on, because they do die pretty quickly. Really, they're only meant to be used for quali, I would say. After one lap, he's going to be on 10%. So...
But then if you roll them, let's be honest, mate, you're up 2 positions. And you might be able to work your way a couple more. With 5 laps to go. The problem is they've now got to waste a bit of that tyre life just catching the pack.
Exactly, it's all down to whether they catch up this lap. So whether safety car will be in. I think it'll be one more.
Yeah. That's 6, 7, 8 and 9 racing laps. 4 racing laps at the end. Looking at it.
We have 2 laps with DRS. Team Sauer has a 3-second time penalty as well, so it's not going well for both Ferraris with the penalties. And this safety car obviously will make them lose. Well, I mean, they both dropped to the back. If the race was to
they will
end
both
right
drop
now.
out the points. Yeah.
So top 8 get points. 8 points down to 1 point.
Both cars now have caught up, so the safety car realistically probably could have come in, knowing that they bunch the pack up anyway when the safety car goes in, but we should realistically guarantee it being in this lap, so
Yeah, definitely be in. So, who's going to be able to make most use of this safety car, I wonder? Who's going to use this to shoot up the order and gain even more places so they can have a better starting position for the main race?
well, at the moment you've got Rigsy, Crowding and Sim who have gained the most places so far with 7, 6 and 5. Can they do what they did at the start of the race before and gain a couple more?
Yeah, we'll soon find out.
Not as easy as a standing grid though, is it?
No, it's always much harder. Much harder to make up places. What restart is Arch going to be able to do as well?
The safety car has just said it is in this lap.
When is Arch going to go then? He needs to try and make sure that he gets as big as a gap.
Ooh, Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks picks up a penalty under the safety car. But
Well, they
Arch-
did drop back through Maddox and Vegas. I don't know if he just had a bit of a moment trying to warm the tyres up.
When is Arch
Ooh,
going to be able
Crowley
to
just had a
go
moment.
so that... There we go, Arch has gone early. He's gone very early to try and catch Turner napping, but Turner's kept with him, and now Arch has slowed everyone down again. Let him get away with that. So Turner...
I want to say that
4
like it's slowing down
tenths
too
behind.
much.
Arch off the track at turn 1 on the exit. Lewis once again all over the back of Simba, and Sem sideways. Nice save from Sem, but Jam's gone through. Lewis is sideways as well on the exit of the loop.
But there was one overtake of Roland did get it past Medal.
Sparks has dropped back behind Meadow again now, trying to make use of those soft tyres, and he's going to stick behind him still. Arch just stretching Turner a little bit. Arch really just trying to get out of the DRS range on this lap. Race Roller kind of forming a second group, it looks like. He's dropped out of what will be DRS range.
Don't think he had a great start. Crowding all over the back of SLR Charlie here, really wanting to pass and get closer. Jam has actually got past Sem as well.
Ooh. Crowding looked to go to the inside and decided he wanted to go to the outside, but went into the back of Charlie. He's going to go for a dive. Yes, he is. Of course he is. Charlie's still there. He's trying it around the outside.
I think the only problem with that corner is he needs to get it right.
More wheel banging.
Charlie using the whole road.
Crowding
using the whole road
fair
play though.
That is Crowding up in the P12 then. We know he's got much more pace in that position.
Rolling on his softs has just got
Simba
another
spun.
position. Simba. Oh, it was a good job to go straight through.
Oh, Evo's just gone spinning off in the background.
I want to say Evo just lost the position to Rolling as well coming around the final corner.
I wonder if Lewis potentially hit Simba or if Simba's just lost it. Obviously we've seen Lewis into the back of Simba a couple of times already this race. And Lewis has dropped off quite a bit to Race Roller. More yellow flags for Merckx. And Arch.
Yeah, Merckx and Rolling.
Arch has done exactly what he needs to do. He's out of DRS range of Turner. His DRS is enabled next lap.
Yeah, Turner not liking these softs and
Elite
this is
penalty.
picking up a penalty in 13. So there's 4 pens at the moment and they're going to drop back a whole hell of a lot because the grid is really tight. What a hell of a lap.
28.
Turner seems to be struggling, mate. Seems to be struggling, and Risks has passed SLR Charlie.
Yeah, exactly
After
where
getting the
Crowding
pen.
got past Charlie.
Yeah.
Here comes Crowding down the inside of Riggs into Village. Can't do it yet. He's going to look to try and get a switch back. Get a better exit. He's going to have DRS as well.
Yeah, he's got a better exit as well. He's got a much
As
better
does
exit.
Riggsy both using ERS. Riggsy's got more of it. Tries to force him to the inside. Down, Crowding goes through
Riggsy
Brooklands.
now
They're
on the
still
inside
side by
though.
side through Luffield. And they're still going to be side by side as they go through Woodcut.
But Crowding with literally 0.
Oh no, here we go then.
DRS
Going to go
now.
side by side through Cops. And they survive, and Riggsy, very nice defending.
Great driving.
Exactly where
Great
he needs
driving.
to. And now he's got the extra energy as well, just to be able to defend. But he won't have DRS this time like he had down the Wellington straight. So here comes Crowding once again then. No ERS, but he's got the DRS. Riggsy not fighting it this time.
The gap is closing between the two leaders, but that's only because Arch doesn't have much ERS whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. Arch, Crowding's almost lost. He has lost. No, he's saved it again. But he's just dropped 2 places. Elite Risk is sideways again. But yeah, Arch obviously used all of his ERS in that opening lap just to get out of DRS range to relieve the pressure off himself, which has worked perfectly. Yeah, Crowding again losing the rear end.
Yeah. Evo picking up another pen.
And Sparks is round. And there's Aston Martin. I think Roland Reebok is in the wall down at the Village. I wonder if he's collided with Sparks, which is why he was round. But he's got that completely wrong. Saw an Ogre.
Holding. Wow, he's just picked up a pen.
Side by side through Cop's corner. Ogre wanted nothing to do with it. He knows he's going to get the place back because Sora's got a 3-second time penalty anyway. Ogre is doing the wise thing, not wanting to get involved in a potential collision. which is dropping from starting P3 to potentially could be last. Could have been out
The only
of this
problem
sprint.
is P4 doesn't, Mitzi is trying to get to P4. He doesn't really want to lose that position, does he?
He's got slightly more energy. Is he going to look for the move? He's gone almost into the back of him. But Arch is going to cross the line and win the sprint race on his debut. Turner will cross the line P2. Shaw across the line P3, but where is he going to drop to? He's going to drop to P6. So it'll be Midsley 4th, Race following 5th, Saw 6th, Jam 7th. Sen will go up to 8th because of Lewis's penalty drops into 9th. And Riggsy will
Lewis
round
did
out the
start
top
9th
10.
though. Lewis started 9th, Sim started in 12th, so they're starting in the same position they was, but Rixie, the biggest gainer there from P18 up to P10, absolute stunning sprint for him. Be good to see what he can do in the race.
Jam as well.
Jam, yeah, 6 places for
Had
Jam.
a disappointing
5 places for
P13
Roller.
in quali. That's been the case quite a few times this season. Jam's had disappointing qualifying, and then obviously in the races he's picked it up.
He has always
There
been
we go.
one though for racing, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think in Portugal last time we had a sprint race, I think Jam qualified in about 12th place. He made up some positions, then got taken out, and then started the main race down in about 12th or 13th place, and then ended up on the podium that night. So once again then from Jam, showing he is a much better race specialist compared to his poor qualifyings. Obviously watch out for Ham as well at the back.
Has he rejoined us, has he?
P3. I'm assuming he has. Qualified P3, he's going to be starting last.
Yeah, didn't really get given the room and the time to show what he can do in that sprint, did he? And then ended up retiring from the sprint. So it'd be nice to see him back in the race. There's a lot longer to go, a lot further in the race to go. So yeah, I think you could do some damage. It just needs to make sure that the people in front don't drift away from the other people, and that way then a few more overtakes. Be quite nice for him.
To try and stay in the train as well. Obviously, Silverstone's very big for causing DRS trains. So as long as you can stay in one, and obviously if one person breaks out of DRS range, that's when the battling will begin, and you'll just fall further and further behind.
You fall further and further behind, but you need to make when you're in these trains, and I've profited very well from these before. People in front, you pressure them, they make mistakes, they get pens, you get the position at the end of the race. You can do it.
Yeah, we saw that perfectly
Very good.
yesterday happen in the sprint race. In going into Stowe on the final lap, Big Bag went down the inside of... Well, he looked like he was going to go for a move on Hayes into Stowe. And of course, Hayes went defensive to try and defend that, and then exceeded track limits on the exit of Stowe, picking up a time penalty, which would drop her from winning that sprint race, dropping her into P3. So it gave Big Bag that sprint race victory.
I think it's just too easy in it to drop places, like you say, like that.
Yeah, it is. But we're in the 5-minute break. So if anyone watching wants to put any of their predictions or anything they want to ask us, and we'll see. Otherwise we'll just keep talking rubbish and...
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I don't actually have the stream up in front of me, so I don't even know what the questions are. So if you're asking me a question, guys, you're going to have to ask it to Men's to ask me.
Go on then, what do you want to talk rubbish about?
What do I want to talk rubbish about? So, at the moment, obviously, I'm not with the times of SLR at the moment, and I need to get back with it. I want to hopefully start racing again.
There you
I
go.
don't know what
Get back
division I'll be
Div
in, but I
3.
don't think I'll be anywhere. I don't think I'll be anywhere near where I was. But we'll wait and see. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to get back in the driver's seat and yeah, put on a show. Put on a show.
Evo said that he's going to DNF sometime this race because of a skill issue.
Because of a what issue?
A skill issue.
A skill issue. That skilled, he won't finish.
He's the only person not to start on the hard tyres.
Evo.
Yes.
So Evo doing
If there's an
medium to
early
hard,
safety
or
car,
hard to medium.
Evo is in a great position. He can box for hards and go
Yeah.
to the end.
Yeah, for safety car in what, the first 4 laps? 4,
Yeah.
5, 6 laps?
From lap 4 you can go to the end.
Yeah, I thought you'd be able to do at least do 20 for 22 laps. Yeah, I thought so.
Evo spun. Evo is very good with tyre wear normally when he's not spinning.
He's
spun
just
as well.
warming up his tyres. That's all they're doing. Warming up the tyres. You should know this, you're the best person at doing it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I haven't done it for a while, to be fair.
That's because you've learned how to keep your 4 wheels on track, that's why. It took you a while.
I mean, it did take all of Season 7 finishing 3 races and Season 6... No, Season 8 finishing 3 races. Season 7, I bottled about 8 race wins.
Yeah, you was probably one
And
of the
then
biggest bottle jobs in that.
Season 6
season 7.
is when I turned traction control off. When I was... Wow. I think I only scored about 20 points in that Season 6. And that all of those points came from before I turned traction control off.
I don't remember how many points I
Roland's
ever got, to be fair. I just used to enjoy getting points.
Back in Season 6 you were getting podiums all the time. Oh, there's a Ferrari. A lost Ferrari. That Ham almost went into the back of. Mercedes that's almost spun on the grid as well. I was slightly confused at where his grid box was. And Sora's been disqualified. So he was that lost Ferrari that we thought.
He was the lost Ferrari.
Yeah.
Sounds about right, that.
Right then, 5 lights again. And it's lights out and away we go then. And it's a much better start from Turner this time. Takes the lead from Arch heading into turn 1. Eva's got a good start as well.
P2
There's yellow
seems to be a good
flags.
start.
Elite Risk is off in the background with Charlie and Lewis.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Ooh, Arch and Turner make contact though. Turner back down the inside of the loop. And Midsy's on the inside of Arch as well. Oh, Midsy's lost the rear end though. Midsy's round. That's 4 people then spinning on that opening lap then. Evo's already up to P11. P10 now.
Yeah, he's
really making use of this medium. Oh no, Evo's round.
He's really been hit there.
Oh, Ham's round as well. Ham did make a good start. He was up to P12 and now he's just half spun as well. Roland's up 8 places.
Roland's had a great start. So was Rigsy. Rigsy up 4 places from the start.
He made up 8 in the sprint. And now he's made up 4 in the feature race already. Ooh, that would have been a track limit penalty.
Actually had a really bad start. Got a lot of
here
wheel
comes
spin
Jan.
coming off. Oh, 1 minute. Who's that off?
Rowling's just dropped, not Rowling, Roland C-Box just lost 2 places. Ooh, yep, Jam goes around the outside of Rigsy then through Stowe. That's him back up in the P6. Simba thought about a move on Sem. Ham's got back past Merckx, down the outside of Vale. Oh, there's Roland. Oh, and there's Roland go into the wall. moment of
How the damage has he got?
high rolling, and then it was a moment of by rolling straight away. He comes flying through out of nowhere for 1 second, and then he goes back flying out into a wall. Evo now with the mediums again, once again, flying past Sparks on the hard tyre. Yeah, there's not quite a lot of difference in medium and hards. It worked out a lot better. Well, most people in Division 2 started on the mediums, and then those few who started on the hards, it worked out very well for them because they were able to keep in the train of mediums. And then at the end of the race, fresh mediums versus slightly used old hards was massive difference. So that's going to be the issue that Evo will have. But obviously Evo hoping for an early safety car. Just trying something different, being that he thinks he's going to crash anytime.
Yeah. At the moment, we've got our 11-car train.
Here comes Crowding down the inside of Simba. Simba keeps around the outside. Crowding goes off the track. So we'll stay P10 then.
Evo puts in the fastest lap of the race to get himself up and behind medal.
Yeah, back in the train now. So it's now 12 cars in it. This is why Silverstone's so good. Nice and close action. Arch looking for the inside at Turner. Through Brooklands into Luffield. Turner's going to go deep. Arch down the inside. Who's going to get better exit though? It's going to be Turner on that outside line. But here we go. They head up to Copse Corner and Turner lets Arch
Turner
go.
didn't use.
I mean, you don't want to go too wide through Copse Corner. Especially not this
he didn't
early
use
on.
any of his ERS either. Just let him use his ERS.
I mean, he's going to have DRS
Smartly,
as well
just let him do
now.
it.
So Turner should be able
Yeah.
to make a comeback. I think Arch is slightly lagging a bit.
Well, Crowding actually got past Sim.
Turner does not want to take the lead. He's not even using his energy.
I think he's just going to reserve his tyres, wait to know when it's best just to use all that energy and get going. He doesn't need to use any energy. He can keep in his DRS and keep within that 1 second margin.
Yeah, just
Be
let
okay.
Arch dump all of his ERS so that it'll be easier to take later on.
It's now a 14-man train. Riggs is just dropping off Jam a little bit.
Expect to become a 15-man train as well because it's Midzi and P15 and he's definitely got the pace.
Definitely got the pace to jump up, yeah.
P4 in quali, P4 in the sprint. Oh no, he had a disappointing qualifying. P7 I think in the end, but P4 in the sprint race.
Yeah, he was up 3 or 4.
Elite risks to the Mercs changing places down at Brooklands. Down the Wellington Straight. But Turner, that's all he has to do at this stage.
Just binding his time, nothing too much. Riggsy has now fell off the back of Jam with having the battle
All he
with
has
Sam.
to do is wait until the pit stop window. Try and get an undercut or overcut. On the
Sam's going to try
medium
it.
tyres, it was an overcut race.
Sam's got Riggsy all over here, pal. Before the corner come.
After the P7, Sam's exceeded track limits though, so he might have got a warning. Now I've got Crowding, one of the biggest gainers, up 6 places already. Ham as well, back in his train P13. Ooh, Sem's dropped out of the train though, in bypassing Riggsy. So could this
Riggsy
be
already
the
dropped
split
back.
that we were
Riggsy
talking
had already
about?
dropped back at that train, so there's the split. That's what I was saying before. Riggsy had no DRS.
Sem knows he
did.
needs to dump if he's to get back in this train and have any hope of fighting for a victory or podium. If you're not in that train, you've got no hope. As that's is what's going to happen here in Silverstone. If you're not part of the
Evo
lead
is
train,
now
you've got no
past.
hope.
Evo's now past medal, mate.
Yep, up in P11, still making use of those medium tyres. The crossover period is quite early on for mediums and hards, so expect those mediums to start to plateau a bit.
And crowding.
Hards. Crowding once again.
Might
We've
be
seen
fast,
them
but he
struggle a
doesn't
lot
like
with track limits.
Yeah. He might be fast, but he doesn't like to stay on track too much, does he?
He's lost a couple podiums and he's lost a race win because of track limits already this season. I think in Bahrain he lost the win. Last time out in France, I think he might have lost the podium because of track limits as well. Yellow flags for Roland at the back.
Yeah, he's span coming out of Maggots and Baggots.
Medal now penalty. And Roland's now just spun for a second time on the straight.
His tyres must be the temperature of the sun.
They're hard tyres, so they can't be that hard, surely.
Well, doing that many donuts, you never know.
Now I do know, as a donut king.
As the Donut King knows.
As Mensa spin.
Or as Sonic calls him, the Donut Lord.
Yes. Sora is looking very racy behind Race Roller here.
Yeah, he's wanting the pass, isn't he?
And Sam, as you'd expect, just dropping further and further back because everyone in front of him has DRS and he doesn't.
Well, he was actually gaining. He got himself just within the second margin. I think he made a little mistake and dropped back out. The only problem was his Riggs had never ever pulled towards him. Riggs has always been around the 9/10 mark away from him. So he's keeping in the DRS, which is keeping crowding just behind him.
Ham and Medal swapping places. Ooh, Evo and Simba going to battle this time. Evo trying to get the inside line, but because Simba's on the outside, you can get the power down earlier, get a better exit.
Crowding. He's definitely going to get Riggsy this time.
Yeah.
Riggsy's got no DRS. Made it quite easy for him, really.
Down the inside of Brooklands. Ham's got Medal as well.
Crowding needs to go. So two passes. Crowding now needs to jump onto the back of Sen if he stands a chance of getting anywhere.
Yellow flags and Lewis has
his
crashed
teammate.
out. Is this going to be the safety car? Yes, it is. See, I said
Wow.
this is Evo territory here. Mediums will not go to the end.
Evo's better off going straight in if he wants to have a good position here for points, really.
Sem sped under the safety car. That's a drive-through penalty.
Wow. Sem having such a good race, gaining, losing positions on the start, getting them back during these 7 laps.
Yeah, Sem's race
now
over
has a drive-through.
Everyone's pitting. Mediums cannot go to the end.
Well, Evo has actually just gained a position.
Adrian in
Sim.
Division 2 managed to go 16 laps on mediums. But they were at 70%. These guys are going to go try and
This
go 19.
is 20.
It is obviously a safety
19,
car.
isn't it?
So that will buy them a few laps, but it's definitely going to be risky.
With
All of
Roland that
these
far
guys-
back.
All of these guys are going to have a puncture risk at the end, apart from Evo. And Sem, Merckx and Medal stay out on their old hard tyres. Mitty's gone soft, so he's definitely pitting again.
Mitzi's gone soft. Does Mitzi know something we don't?
Unless Mitty's just put on soft so he can go back onto his hard tyres.
Oh, Evo's just nearly lost it.
Yeah, hard
And lost the
tyres
position.
are terrible for Warner.
The worst thing was he lost the position because he was off track and Ham got him.
Oh,
At the moment,
Toby's
we
in the
have some
chat.
of the drive-through and
Come on,
3
Toby, why ain't
other
you
drivers. Toby's in the chat.
This race needs you, Toby. Second in the championship.
Second in the championship. And he's watching.
And his reserve isn't doing a very good job.
Who's his reserve?
Roland Sabok, his debut. And he spent much of this race in a completely different postcode to every single person on the track.
Well,
The one time he...
Semmer's gone for his drive-through now.
No, he's going for...
He's going for his pit.
Yeah, he's going for his mediums.
He can't do a drive-through, can he?
Midsy's done exactly what I said he would do. Come straight back in again. I think he just wants that one lap fresher mediums. But 1 lap under the safety car is only going to be about 2% anyway. Yeah, he has gone mediums. I think that's just a waste of time for Midsy. He's now going to be last again.
He was better off just staying out.
Or he's better off just pitting for mediums the first time round.
Yeah, all that.
Same with Sam. Because he's got his drive-through penalty. So his race is done unless there's another safety car.
The only problem is when another safety car comes, they all can go on different tyres again.
And it's unlikely there will be another safety car, except from, well, I mean, their only hope is Roland, who is definitely looking likely to be the
But you say
causer
the only hope
of
is
another
Roland.
safety car.
You say the only hope is Roland, but it was a very unexpected safety car last time round with Ham.
There we go, Roland's now got a time penalty for track limits. Safety car will be in this lap. But we have got an interesting situation at the front. What is Arch? He's not got his own way now. He's not leading the race like he has done throughout.
He's going to get pressure from behind. The only problem is with he has got better tyres
in front.
than yeah.
It's
the
all
guys
going
in
to come
front,
down
so-
to who can get through the traffic the quickest and easiest without losing as much time and potentially getting
Untidiest.
caught up in collisions or any chaos. But shut medal then, when's he going to go?
What makes me
Gonna
laugh
go
is
early.
Evo actually overtook
Like Arch.
Sim going into the pits
There we go.
and ended up losing a lot of places.
He's gone when Arch went. Which is quite early on, before the pit lane entry even. And Turner is all over the back of Arch.
Didn't get a good last corner though.
Yeah, he's dropped off a bit. Arch now looking at Merckx. He needs to get this move done early if he wants to put some space between him and Turner. He's gone for the move. Wisely backs out of it.
He's let Turner get onto the back of it now.
Yeah.
though. He's let
Turner's going
Turner
to try and get a
really onto
switch
the
back
of
on him. But Arch himself is battling with Merckx. Is Turner going to try and make it 3 wide here? Arch wants the inside.
Yeah.
He's showing Turner the middle, but Turner does not want to risk it. Still Merckx. Ooh, Merckx.
Oh!
Merckx and Arch collide.
Arch.
They both go into a half spin but survive. Race Roller's lost the rear end, which let Sora through. And now both Turner. That's great stuff for the
Merckx has
3
just lost 2
medium ones.
positions.
Arch, Turner,
So
and
they're
Green
all
have
through.
all navigated Merckx within 1 corner, pretty much. They all got him down. What used
Yeah,
to be
well,
the old
within a
start
straight. Yeah.
Yellow flags, and surprise, surprise, it's Roland. Here comes Sora, Merckx, and Race Roller now. Merckx is just a moving chicane, basically. As here comes Race Roller into the chicane. Against the chicane. And, yep. Into the chicane, Race Roller made contact with the chicane. And now Merckx has dropped to the back.
Let's see with the fastest lap.
Yeah, he's got places to make up. But all of them are going to have to watch their tyre wear, apart from Evo. Ooh, Ham and Simba. Ham's round again. It is just not Ham's day.
Ham having a dreaded time at Silverstone.
After such a good quali as well. And it's resulted in this. Sparks trying to go around the outside of Evo. He's going to try and get a switchback, but Evo's just there, so he can't get any run on him. At the front now, they're all closing up to shut medal. Arch is off the track.
Well, Crowdin has got up to the back of his teammate Jan very quick. A lot quicker than I thought he was going to do.
Oh, and surprise, surprise, yellow flags for Roland. I told you, if anyone's going to cause a safety car, it's going to be Roland. I got quite a few predictions correct yesterday in Division 3. So, I'm calling it. If there's another safety car, it's because of Roland. Oh, Evo's got a penalty though, that's not good when he's the only guy who can safely go to the end. Oh, and Roland's now spending the pit lane and he's retired. Okay, he's not going to cause a safety car then. But here comes Arch.
And your prediction was wrong half a lap later.
Well, I mean, he's still retired, which is what my prediction essentially was. What my prediction now means is that there won't be a safety car. Here comes Turner, knows he has to follow Arch through, and that's exactly what he's done. He's probably used all of his energy, which he has done, to make sure he got past. Shut medal. He's just trying something different. Only him and Merckx didn't pit under that safety car.
Wow, the exit there. Wow. Ogween, the exit he had there compared to Nether was unbelievable. Crowding on his teammate, on the inside. No, his teammate stuck it around the... He's going back for the inside. And they touch slightly. Not really giving each other much space. Crowding is through. Strange to see between teammates, but... Luckily if John can keep on the back of him, it won't be too bad.
Oh, Arch penalty.
And, wow. That's not good, because right now, that just dropping back all the way to P5. So, now he needs to get a move on and get them 3 seconds back. Crowding already right behind medal. But again, he has got a pen. Did say he needs to put the foot down, and he has.
Yeah, he really
got the
needs
DRS on too.
Go for broke now. He has to pull away from Turner, otherwise he's... Well, he's not even going to finish on the podium as it stands. So that 3 second time penalty.
He's got 12 laps to get another 2 seconds on him, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah,
It's
he's got to
doable.
try and... Well, he's got to hope that Ogwin and Turner start the battle.
Crowding up into P6. Getting past the hard runner Medal. Oh, Medal coming straight back at him because he had a bit of a moment. So all the hard work there Crowding did, it's just gone within a corner.
Crowding now. Still all over the back of Medal. Should got
And probably
DRS again.
getting down here.
But he's got DRS. And so much better.
Yeah.
Right? I was so thought he was going to go into the back of Medal on that straight.
Yeah, he really leaves it till the last minute until he does move.
So tight. If Medal had moved over just an inch, and that's Crowding with front wing damage and potentially Medal with floor damage. Oh, Medal's had a moment there getting out of the club corner as well, so that's that jam through. Evo's got a 6 second time penalty now, so that's Evo well and truly out of his race now. No hope. His only hope is that everyone gets punctures at turn 1.
Yeah.
Which could still happen. They're all running a big puncture risk. They're all going to be in puncture territory. Well above 70% by the end. Elite Risks and Sparks.
The problem for Arch here. His turn has started to gain on him. And he's also started to drop Ogwin in P3, so...
Yeah, and once again, the race rollers forming the gap in the two trains.
Yeah.
The two groups. Got front group of 4, which Arch would drop to the back of because of his penalty at the moment.
I think Jam's just going to try and keep the crowd in as well, knowing he's got the penalty over his head.
Oh, Mckeon.
And that drops Rigsy out of the points.
Turner just can't quite get into the DRS range. He's just on the verge of it every time nowadays. Mid-seat going past Rigsy. That's a mouthful. Mid-seat and Rigsy. Through Brooklands. That's like men's and men's.
Race Roller here though doing a good job because he can't, Crowding just can't seem to get behind him.
Yeah, he just can't get a good enough exit. Or the race roller's just getting a good enough exit from, well, onto the hanger straight from Maggots and Mckeons. Crowding, of course, he's managed to gain back some of his energy because he had none for quite a long time. And finally shut Medal pits. See, this is a little late even for when you would put on the mediums. The normal strategy would be to pit for mediums on about lap 14. Obviously, all of these guys pitted on lap 7 with their medium tyres because of that safety car. Oh, Crowley's lost the event.
Keeps doing that, you know, and every time he does, he always lets the car through when he does it. Still a three-way battle up front though for a podium, for 2 podium spots.
Turner's dropping even more now from Arch, so Arch putting the
At the
power
moment,
down.
though, if Arch
Yeah, he'd still
does
be
need to get going because he's
P4.
still off the podium.
Yeah. The last thing that he needs is a safety car, but as I predicted, and as I will be proven correct, there won't be another safety car, which is good for Arch. Midsy's gotten past Simba now as well, so Midsy's starting his comeback. Obviously he dropped to last on that one after that spin.
And he's still got quite a bit of ERS there too, so he's going to be hoping in the next,
Yeah, Midsy's always
say,
good
5
with
laps
ERS.
or so. Yeah.
He will get crowding as
try and
well
get
because
onto
of
the
his
back of them.
penalty.
At the moment so far, yes, but I think he wants to get up to Crowden and maybe pass him. I know Jammer's just pulled out a DRS on him for race roller. He's back in it actually now.
Yeah, he had DRS to get back inside.
So not lucky.
From his teammate as well. Merckx finally pits as well.
So Sam now not at the back of the race
Yes, Sam's not last.
after his unfortunate drive-through. Elite risks trying to go around the outside. He just can't stick it around the outside.
Ham's got Charlie down the main hangar straight though.
Elite risks and Risky really battling for this 10th spot.
More contact. More contact.
Another bit of contact.
Off goes Elite
Going
Risks.
really wide.
They come back on side by side through Abbey. They're both off the road.
Sparks now is right up the chuff of them both.
Elite Risks trying
In
to
the
go
Williams.
on the flip flop, but he can't.
The only problem for Riggsy there is all that battling drops him out of the DRS zone.
And here comes a
Pops him in front. And this way it will make it easy. So very unfortunate there, Risks.
That's happened multiple times
very
for
fortunate,
Rixie so far.
Yeah,
The battle forces him out of DRS and then he's just got no hope of defending.
Yeah.
He'd almost be better
Crowding
off just
all
letting
over
him
the back of his
through
teammate
and
again.
staying in the train. Crowding once again right behind Jam. Jam's got no DRS this time and Crowding's using everything that he has to fly past his teammate. We have seen the two teammates collide already this season.
We
They
have
have been near each other a lot as well this season. They always
We've
seem
seen
to
them
find
tap.
each other.
already in this race though, so that's what raises a concern. I remember when I was Jam's teammate, not gonna lie, I just let him through, he was always faster.
Ham's pitted now. Is that a sign that Ham thinks his tyres won't go to the end and is therefore making the early switch to get off them?
What is he switching onto? That's the concern.
Surely it would be softs. It is softs.
It's soft.
That's exactly what's happened then. Ham thinks his mediums won't go to the end, so he's pulled the plug. He had nothing to lose because he was down the order anyway. It's going to come out behind Sam and Meadow anyway as well. So
At the moment the leader isn't doing enough to keep himself on the podium either at the moment.
those tyres don't look good as well. Especially when there's still 6 more laps. Evo still has a chance here then. If everyone does have to pit, Evo's still your net race leader.
Mitzi's actually gained in 2 laps a second on the car.
There we go,
in front
Archer's
as well,
pitted.
so.
As does Turner.
Wow.
So yeah, the tyres,
Wow.
like I said, they won't go to the end. Evo is suddenly
But
the
look who stayed out.
race leader if everyone has to pit. Ogren's going to try and stay out. Sorva's in as well.
The worst thing is just them 3. Just them 3 have stayed out. Gone in, sorry. The rest have stayed out. Crowding now up into P3.
I saw what Ham done, and Ham's just pulled the plug for these guys, but if everyone has to do it, Evo's pulled off the masterstroke here. Evo could be.
But the only problem is
he has got
with
6
Evo, he's got 6-second pens, mate, so he's still got to drop
Arch
down the
is
order
10
quite a
seconds
bit.
behind though, although Arch is rapid on brand new soft tyres. But nevertheless, still could be a podium for Evo. Well, Evo's got no points this season, so whatever happens, Evo's in a much better
Any
position
points?
than he has been at any point this season.
To be fair though, right now he would still drop out the points into P11 and give
Charlie's
Charlie the
lagged out.
last point.
Ham's now got a time penalty, but what are these guys at the front going to do? Green stays out. He reckons he can get his tyres to the end. As does Race Roller and Crowley. I think everyone now just has to try and chance it.
With Ogween there, oh no, Elite Risks is in.
So Elite knows he can't go to the end
And
then.
Charlie is in.
Charlie's is
Oh, no.
AI. So,
Charlie's out. Do you want to send an invite?
if you can. I mean, Charlie's race has been ruined now by his AI pitting.
Might not have yet.
Midsea's right behind Jam. Charlie's going to join back and find out his race has been ruined by his AI pitting. Midsea flies past Jam then. So Midsea really not
Yeah.
sure. Midsea's got those. He pitted that lap later as well for those mediums, and we questioned it, saying that it wouldn't make much difference. But he's got so much more
And
grip
right now,
than
though,
everyone.
But he's in the podium spot as it stands.
And he was last at that
And-
one.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, all he's got to do is get past Race Roller, keep within 3 seconds of crowding, and he will be P2. And like you say, last after lap 1. Crowding, I think he's going to get P2 in out. Yeah.
So every time, Crowding leaves it so close into going to the back of someone.
Just leave it very
Crowding
late.
pits.
But he's in the pits.
As
and
does Race
so
Roller.
Race Roller.
I told you. Set those
I'm not
tyres
gonna
will
lie
not
though
go
now.
to the end.
Mitzi has stayed out. So Mitzi, I think Mitzi will stay out now all the way through. I think Jam is going to stay out all the way through, so Jam could stay on the podium here.
I mean, if you're
Depending how
still
quick
out,
the ones behind.
everyone's got to stay out now. It's pointless pitting for softs unless you do get a puncture. That's the only time you're going to pit from now on.
Arch hasn't gained that much.
And yeah, Turner's right on the back of
Evo.
him.
Arch has only gained 2 seconds in what, 2 laps?
Yeah.
So
And he's going to come under attack from Turner, the championship leader, who they've been battling all race long, all sprint race long as well.
let's be honest, they do not want to be battling.
No. They need to get the hammer down because Ogween's still circulating.
I think this now has handed Ogreen, Mitzi and Jam. One,
Evo
two, three.
is definitely
We've hardly
looking
done
to
it.
score his first points of the year in the Mckeon division.
The only thing that's lowering over his head is the 6-second pen. And with these 3 behind on quicker tyres,
It'll still be P10, and obviously everyone in front of him could get punctures. Ogween stays out. Everyone's
and
going
he's just
to
took
stay
Mitzi.
out.
Not Mitzi, he's just took Rigsy. See, I'm getting confused now because of you.
That's those
blaming
hard
you.
tyres actually having grip compared to those mediums, which are dead. 3 laps to go still.
Mitzi is actually gaining on Ogwin though. He's really gaining. I think it was a second that lap.
He's gained like 2.5 seconds compared to Jam on that lap.
Yeah. Every corner he is gaining a tenth. Every straight he's gaining a tenth or 2. So he's really, really putting the pedal to the pedal. There's a lot of exchanging of the fastest laps.
Yeah, Turner doesn't want to
Never
battle
seen
Arch
so
yet.
many.
He's not using his energy, whereas Arch has none. Turner's just sitting there. Obviously, Arch has that penalty anyway, so he's going to get the position.
Yeah, crowding with 6 seconds of pens, Evo with 6 seconds of pens, you've got Rigsy, Arch, Medal, now Elite Risks.
Evo's going to be
And
kicking
Ham.
himself so much for those penalties. Arch gets
If he
6
didn't have-
seconds. That is Arch's
Arch
race well and
still
truly
in
done.
P10, but it's well and truly done, yes. And Charlie picking up the 3 second pens. This is where all the pens are going to start looming in, where they all start trying a little bit harder, where some of them haven't got
especially
grip.
as the tyres getting more and more wear, they're going to have less and less grip and exceed track limits more and more.
Mitzi is just
Look
another
at
second and a
Evo's
half.
Evo's gained 3 seconds on that lap compared to Rigsy, and he's all over Sparks. That's the difference between the hard and mediums at the moment. Evo's going to go down the inside into Village. That's an easy move. But Evo should still have
Riggs
DRS
has just
as
literally
well.
got straight out of the way of 2 drivers there, knowing he weren't really able to battle it. He just got out of the way. Yeah, Evo now looking like he could get half decent points even with the 6 second pen.
Yeah, he's going to finish ahead of Arch. During this race, I don't think anyone would have predicted.
Well, you say that yet, but there's still 2 laps to go, and Arch is on the fresh socks. Not that far behind him. Only 3 seconds.
That's 1.5 laps to go then. Is anyone going to get a puncture of these top 4 and Sparks?
Look how quick Mitzi has just absolutely bullet to the back of him. Another nearly 2 seconds on this lap is gained. Mitzi just wanted this to go, oh, and Sparks is in. Right. Sparks has decided to go into the pits.
Yep.
Why didn't even have a pen?
Potentially had a puncture, I guess.
1 lap to go though.
It's all down.
Yeah, he does. Front left puncher,
Yep.
front left puncher. So yes, he
Evo's
has
now
come in.
flying past Simba.
Yeah, he's got another one now. This has all come down. I tell you something, Mitzi must have been begging for another 2 laps of this, because he really would have been all over the
Mitzi's
back.
tyres are 1 lap newer than everyone as well. It's all down to if Ogween's going to get a puncture or not.
And Sem, just to rub salt in the wounds, has picked up a pen. He won't lose a position, but he picks up a pen. Mertz now picking up a pen.
Everyone getting pens.
Again, Mertz, doesn't really matter with Mertz, and down in P18, last of the runners.
But Ogween then, has he got his tyre management to perfection then?
It looks like
It's a
all
really
the top
mixed
3
up grid.
have. Yeah, I think all the top
his yellow
3.
flags for Sem at the back. Yeah, Ogween's done it. He had
Oh,
time to spare. Evo's got past Jam before the
Yeah,
light.
Jam
But it's Ogween then
not showing a puncher,
who wins
but
the British Grand Prix just ahead of Midzi. Evo's going to cross
Jam
the line.
will go on.
P3.
I
He's
think
gonna get his
Jam's
first
done that
points of
to
the year.
protect.
Jam P3.
Where did he go though?
Turner
Evo down into
4th,
7th.
Simba 5th, Sora 6th. Evo will finish 7th, so he still gets 6 points. His first points of the year.
Teammate.
Arch in 8th. Disappointing debut for Arch. definitely.
I think jumping into the pits, it was a massive gamble, and you can see where the gamble lay in the end.
Although you can see the threat that there was, obviously, Sparks getting a puncture.
But there was only one puncture.
Well, yeah,
so
but
you did very well.
Most people jumped in the pit lane before they could get a puncture. There we go,
Evo getting the driver of the day.
I did say that. I said he'd be the one to watch out for, being that he was the only one on those hard tyres that could safely go to the end, and that's exactly what's happened. It's just a shame. Evo would have had a podium. His first points in the Mckeon division would have been a podium if he didn't get those penalties. So
I suppose it's what you put on the risk. He did very, very well, like you say, did everything he needed to do, but unfortunately, in the end, he just couldn't do what he wanted to do in the end.
And all of those penalties were picked up early on. It was all before his pit stop, those penalties. We'll get the top three.
The top three over the race weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, I doubt Turner will join.
Yeah.
Because he's left the game instantly. That normally when that happens, he's not in a good mood. So we'll get Jam instead.
Right, I'll invite Jam too. So I've invited the top 4.
Even Evo on those hard tyres was on 76%. So imagine what those medium runners were on. Cohen's asking, is that Barlow? And it is your Barlow.
Yes, Cohen, it is.